Check 1, 2.
Go! Curious about real estate? Yes! Then you've come to the right place. Get the knowledge you need. Get over the fear and get started. This is the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show with your host, Michael Quarles.
Hello, everybody. Michael Quarles with the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Today is Tuesday, and this is podcast number 230. Today we have a scenario question. And remember, if you have a question, send it to support@michaelquarles.com. And you guys and gals have been so terrific listening and enjoying these podcasts. If you could do me a big, huge, fat favor and go up to iTunes and give me a review. Love to have your opinion on how the show is doing because it just keeps it driving. The more we can get good reviews, the more people will see it because iTunes likes that, and that's how they get, raising the program in the list of what to listen to. So that would help greatly. Here we go. Scenario question. How much should I pay myself for each deal? Let's say I do 12 deals and make $25,000 per deal. Congratulations, that's $300,000. So I make $300,000 deal. I got a little bit ahead of myself. I subtract 20% of the $300,000, 10% for marketing, and another 10% for operating costs. So that's 40% of the $300,000. So he subtracted straight off of that $120,000. Wait. And I'm left with $240,000. Something's wrong. I subtract 20% of the $300,000, 10% for marketing. Oh, so he's not doing 20 and 10 and 10. So he's doing 10% for marketing, 10% for capital outlay, and then he's going to have, that's $240,000 left over. Obviously, I'm not including taxes, but this is an example. Would I pay myself the remaining $240,000? No. Please do not pay yourself the rest of the $240,000. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your business and determine which person in your business that you do not have yet. Because if you only have 10% for marketing, 10% for operating capital, you do not have a structured business yet. I want to know what that person makes. I want to know how much they're going to cost you, and I want you to set an amount aside per deal for 6 months that would pay the taxes on them, pay the workman's comp on them, pay the vacation days, pay the health insurance on them. Yes, we should give health insurance to the people that make us wealthy. Absolutely, we need to take care of our folks. And so whatever that is, say for instance, that person makes... the person you want your own Alex. Let's say for that. That's for lack of anything else, you want your own Alex. And then I know you're going to be somewhere around $18 an hour, $20 an hour after taxes and all that kind of stuff. And, there's 167 hours to a month. So 20 times 167 is $3,314. Well, something like that. So I know you have to, that's an amount. There you go. 6 months. Every deal. So you divide 6 into that, set that aside for them. Now, what's the cost of overhead? Let's think about it. Alex has a computer. Alex has a desk. Alex has a chair. Alex has Pandora, $4.99 a month. And you think I'm crazy? Well, you guys better be keeping your people happy at work because there's things that you can do for them. So when the phone isn't ringing, they can enjoy life. Because if they're not enjoying life when they're working, they're finding some place to go to enjoy life. And then you're going to just have to retrain someone. So $4.99 for Pandora is not bad. Heck, I've got a pool table. I've got stereo. I have TV. I have couches. My people can relax and there's not a clock in the room. I'm all about making sure my people are happy. They're not always going to be happy. They want to grow and they want to be out and they want to be going and adventuring on their own. And that's fine. But don't force your people away because you're tight with your money. So find out what that overhead is going to cost you on a monthly basis, what the one-time cost is going to be, knowing that you're going to replace a computer every 12 months. You're going to replace a desk about 18 months. You're going to replace it. You're going to replace some of the stuff quite frequently. All right. Find out what that is and have an associated dollar to that. Now, Last podcast, we talked about paying yourself. I'm not talking about taking a paycheck so you can pay PG&E and water and gas and car payment and all that kind of good stuff. I'm talking about paying yourself. If you earn $300,000 so I'm going to call it gross income. So that's, before overhead kind of stuff and before taxes. If you earn $300,000, well, my goodness, how much of that can you put away for yourself? Now, I know if you want to stay the same, that 10% that you have in marketing is fine. If you want to double your $300,000, you got to take 20% and put it in marketing because that's the only way you're going to double. If you want to double, you have to double marketing. But then there comes another Alex kind of thing. But you're already putting your first one on. That's great. Put your first one on. So what's really left? Let's go 20% for marketing, 10% for this other thing. So that's 30%. Let's assume for a second you have another 20% for cost of an employee. I know $60,000 seems like a lot, but you got to have a facility for them. That's going to, rent, liability insurance, electricity, those kinds of things. Water, you got to have water delivered, bottled water or the water that you get out of a dispenser. Some way, you got to make them happy. Got to buy that little mini fridge. You've got to just do some stuff. You've got vacation days and sick days and health insurance and their paycheck. So let's figure 20%. So you got 20% for marketing, 10% for capital expenditure or operating capital, and another 20. So you got 50%. If I did my math right, so now you only have 150 left. Out of that $150,000, you're going to have tax base. You're at 34% plus, 10% to some states. So now what do you got? You got 40%. So you get 40% off the 300 or the 150. So you have another $60,000. So assuming you don't have any tax write-off, so you have 60 off of that. So you have $90,000 left. So the question is do you take that $90,000? No. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take a third of what you have left over after tax dollar and pay yourself on a daily basis. And as you start growing, increase that number. So at the end of the year, in this example, at the end of the year, you're going to have paid yourself $30,000 and it's just going to be in a shoebox buried in the backyard kind of thing. It's not for touching. You can look at it, sleep on it if you want, but it's not for using. You can't use it. It's not for the rainy day. It's not for the wedding ring. It's not for the vacation day. It's there. So you get 60 grand to live off of. That's $5,000 a month. After tax, that's, not bad. Just do twice as much marketing now because your second year says you're going to, instead of 300, you're going to make 600. And if you still have 50% expenses off of that, which you won't kind of thing because they just don't work that way. But let's assume for a second you did. So you're going to have 300,000. Now you have 34%. You have about $200,000 left over, and instead of 30, you're going to put 60 in the bank, and now you're going to have 140 left over. Well, you got yourself pay raise. You made yourself $7,000 more. Not bad. That's what I want you to do. That's absolutely what I want you to do. Absolutely, that's what I want you to do. It will hurt. It'll feel uncomfortable. Marketing and being in business is uncomfortable. Paying yourself is as uncomfortable. But we just don't take care of ourselves. We got to take care of ourselves, guys and gals. Take care of yourself. Do some real estate deals. But we're not in this business to like houses. I mean, we do not get paid to like the house. We get paid to buy a house and sell a house. A lot of people never pay themselves, so they never experience wealth. Because they're spending it on diapers and TVs and vacations and everything else in life. And they forgot the most important person in this whole transaction, and that is ourselves. That's why we're here doing what we're doing, is so that at the end of the day, when we have arrived, so will the money will be here with us. That's all I got to say. Till tomorrow. You guys take care. Talk to you soon.
Thanks for listening to the Michael Quarles Real Estate Show. Get more info and stay in touch at michaelquarles.com.